Hey guys, and welcome back to Unified Gaming. Now if this is your first time here, and you enjoy watching ESO gameplay, seeing new builds, or just want to get better at ESO itself, then start by subscribing now and clicking the bell so you don't miss anything. Now today guys, we're going to do something slightly different, but it's definitely worth discussing as people might have missed it. Now there were some gameplay awards that happened recently, and Bethesda got to showcase their final trailer for Elsewhere, and it was really interesting. It's definitely worth watching. It's going to be on screen in this video. But they also show off the next chapter for 2020. Now, I'm going to leave the trailer as I said in the background, so do watch it. There's a link in the description if you want to watch it without my voice. But I do have some extra stuff that's going to be covered in this video that's not on the trailer, and it's based on different leaks and things that I found from scouring the internet. So it's definitely worth listening to it, because it does hint at new systems coming in 2020 and beyond. And if you do want to join in this conversation, obviously leave a comment, subscribe to stay up to date, and add me on Facebook. Obviously all the details are on the channel. Now we know that obviously fans have been asking for ages about Skyrim, and it's going to finally happen. Obviously it doesn't say if it's a full playable map, but what I can be pretty confident in is that I do think key locations such as Blackreach will be included, as there are elite Crown Store items that show obviously the front of the cards, and on that they have mushrooms that look like they're from Blackreach. So there's a strong link there that perhaps that is a place that we will be going, and it's called the Dark Heart. And obviously Blackreach's a dark place, you've got the Foul all to do with darkness, so it does kind of link there. So I do think there is quite a strong link and sort of likelihood that we will be going to Blackreach. But what gets me excited is not so much Blackreach, because that's cool as it is, but it's actually the logo and just the animations in the trailer. The logo has a very magical feel to it, in all honesty, on the card, and then you obviously look at the trailer and it's pretty much all magic throughout. Obviously you got Abnathon, he's obviously doing his good stuff, you got obviously the Sheet Woman, and there's just loads and loads of magic. And then the Necromancer, he puts on a Dragon Priest mask, or what appears to be a Dragon Priest mask, and new magical gets cast, there's portals and beams, and it's a very magical feel. And obviously being in Skyrim where the College of Winterhold is, I do speculate that perhaps there might be some magical revamps to either the weapon skills, or perhaps the introduction of spellcrafting next year. Now what makes it really fascinating though is that there was actually a leaked document that happened kind of this sort of time last year, and it kind of speculated what was going to be happening in Bethesda internally over the next couple of years. It's like their long-term roadmap, and when you look at it, they were pretty much on the money this year. So what does it mean? Well, it does suggest that spellcrafting is actually due to come out this year, and then there's obviously a new class the following year, and then there's a weapon skill line. And when we think back to kind of what's happened so far, we've obviously had the Warden, then we had a new system, then we obviously had Necromancer. So I'm wondering whether they're alternating the classes kind of every 2 or 3 years before they release a new class, and add in a nice system in between. So obviously that's something that perhaps is going to happen. All I know for certain is that spellcrafting has never ever been written off the table, and it was stated last year and in Q&As again and again and again, and then they keep saying that it's something they always come back to. They just struggle to try and balance it. So I wonder, have they actually finally resolved this long issue? And if so, then it means that all the work that has already gone into it, the assets, the files, the game testing, is actually going to be usable. And you might not know, but actually some of the files, so the assets, at this sort of period last year before Elsewhere, they were updated again, and there was again changes to some of the prefixes and the suffixes on the files, where there was added new spellcrafting tags to stuff. So it shows that there's still something they're still dabbling in, still working on. So is this finally the year they're going to release it?
Crafting. Since I'm allowed to ask anything now,
questions.
You can totally ask.
So, well, that was another one of the theories that a lot of people came up with, because in that little cheeser, the stones wrapped up, like maybe, and the spell crafting, there was theories there's going to be stones and things like that. So I've read a lot of people throwing around banter around the spell crafting. So I was just curious if you had any discussion or topics or
It
things.
comes up from time to time. It's something that we're not planning to do anytime soon. It's kind of on the back burner for now. You know, we have other bigger fish to fry, so to speak, with the Necromancer. We have balance
So it
issues.
could happen someday, maybe.
Well,
You're not saying no, is what you're saying.
I'm saying
this is
yeah,
2012
but you're
all
not
over again
saying
with
no.
Dragon. Yeah, I mean, you never know.
I do think that if they did add spellcrafting, it would obviously reinvigorate a lot of the class system. It would give players ways to make up for gaps in the class. People get frustrated going, oh, if I want to be a summoner, I have to be a sorcerer. Maybe this will allow you to bypass that. Will it cause balance issues? Possibly, but if we all have access to the same stuff, isn't that as more balanced than what we have currently? There are many classes such as Templar that are well outperforming the other classes with just pretty much everything's a snare, crazy heals, crazy damage, and only Templar has that. If we have access to this, we all have access to the same thing. Could that be more balanced than we currently have? I don't know. But what I will say is that obviously I can't be 100% sure on the information. I don't know if it's completely accurate. But as I said, it would make sense for them to add some form of magical revamp in this kind of year if they wanted to, as Skyrim is obviously a magical hub in kind of the Tamriel sort of lore. The other one obviously being the Arcane University, but sadly, as we know, that's been added, it's destroyed, it's run down, they can't really add that. So if they were to obviously go with the Skyrim kind of magical feel, we could see spellcrafting, we might see a new weapon such as Rune and Shield, which people keep asking for. We might even see the traditional schools of magic being brought into the game, such as Alteration, Illusion, Destruction, and so on. What I do wonder though is that if they do add spellcrafting or any of these other magical systems, especially spellcrafting, will they go back to kind of their original ideas that they had a few years back? Not quite sure, only time will tell. There are some links in the description to see those videos. But what I do know, as I said, is spellcrafting was never written off the table. The leaked documents that I've seen has been pretty accurate so far. There's loads of work done on spellcrafting already in the game. You can still access those files if you go through go through the files on the computer. So the real question is this: have they managed to balance it? Are they going to add it? And if so, is this the year? I'm really curious to see what you guys think about this. As I said, it's slightly different to what I normally do, but I thought people might find this fascinating. And if you haven't done so, do subscribe. So I'm going to call the video here. Take care. Thanks for watching, guys. And Dan signing off. Bye.